Hi there YouTube, I'm back with the HP Thin client. It's got Windows 98 on it. It still doesn't shut down properly. I've tried a couple of fixes and I can't get them to work. What I thought I'd do today is have a quick look at some of the games and software that I used to have as a kid. I thought I'd give it a try on the Thin client, see how we get on. I've got things like Transport Tycoon Deluxe, Sonic & Knuckles, that's a Windows title, Seventh Guest, DOS title, and we've got SimCity 2000. I think that's the Windows version. It might be the DOS version actually. We'll give them all a try and see how we get on. I've got my USB CD-ROM hooked up because I don't know whether or not Sonic CD, for example, this is the PC release. This has the CD audio for Sonic the Hedgehog, and I don't know whether or not that will play over USB. Actually, let's put that one in first. Let's give that a try. Sonic CD is one of my favourite releases of Sonic. I really like the music in it. I've only ever completed it once, I think, and that was on a Mega CD back in the day. It's a good start. It seems to have frozen the system. Okay, well I should have tested the CD working before I started doing a video. So just have a quick look at this. This came all the way from Mexico. So it tells you how to get started. The system requirements make me laugh. Requires Windows 95, a 75 MHz processor or above, 8 MB of RAM, 640 by 480 and 256 colours, and a dual speed CD-ROM. Now it does say the maximum installation is 155 megabytes, and the audio is 16-bit, requires Sound Blaster compatible, and it does say that you can play with joystick or keyboard. I've never played it with the joystick before. So it was actually cheaper to import this from Mexico than it was to buy it over here, and it was quite cheap actually. Right. There we go. Let's just do a full install. Yes. I did think about setting up my capture card, but I put my fancy lights in and got me green plant that all good YouTubers have, so that's about as good as you're going to get today. Right, it doesn't appear to be doing anything. Nope. Well, that's... oh. Oh dear, Windows protection error. Right, let's do a restart. Nope, this machine's not very happy, so at this point I can't recommend this as a retro gaming machine. The drivers are a pain in the arse, and it doesn't appear to like any of the software that I'm throwing at it. One of the reasons why I couldn't get Doom running on Windows CE is Windows CE is quite common, but usually Windows CE Windows CE was ported to several different architectures. You had initially you had SH3 and MIPS, and then you had a couple of others as Windows CE, the life of Windows CE moved on. The last version was ARM, so lots and lots of the applications and games were written for SH3, MIPS or ARM. This, because it's got an x86 processor in, trying to find x86 compiled applications for Windows CE is actually very difficult. I've only actually found 2 pieces of software that I can run on it. That's just literally because all the devices were ARM or other processor architectures, and unlike a Mac, for example, where you have an Intel a universal binary that used to either run PowerPC and then Intel software, or a universal binary 2 which runs a Intel piece of software or an Apple Silicon piece of software all in one package. You had to have each application was compiled specifically for the processor architecture. So SH3, you'd have an exe that was compiled for SH3, you'd have an exe that was compiled for MIPS, you'd have an exe that was compiled for ARM, and then not cross-compatible. So you couldn't run an SH3 app, compiled app on a MIPS and vice versa, and also ARM. And it's the same with Intel. You can't run an ARM compiled application on Windows CE that's for x86. So that's why I was interested in this box, because it has a lot of different software that's bundled, but also it's bundled on x86, which I hadn't ever seen before. So yeah, anyway, that's your Windows CE lesson for today. I think we're going to have to call this a fail, because it seems to have frozen the machine. That probably means bug won't work either. Yeah, it's frozen again, so let's turn it off. I think we'll try a DOS game. We'll try SimCity. Oh, that's a bug. Right. Drumroll, people. Yeah, I mean, it plays like you'd expect it to. So yeah, it runs SimCity. That's a Windows game, so let's find a DOS game. I thought this copy of SimCity was DOS, but clearly not. Let's try SimCity Deluxe. Not SimCity Deluxe, Transport Tycoon Deluxe. Now, as far as I'm aware, this never was released for Windows, so this will install and it will probably run in a DOS window, probably run full screen in a DOS window. Oh dear. Alright, well, for some reason it won't read that CD. That's a shame, there's nothing wrong with it. Alright, let us try a proper DOS game. Big Red Racing. Committee, full screen mode, full screen tab. Oh, yeah, sound. There's no music though. It's a bit juddery. There's some artifacting on the screen. Oops. Yeah, it's not the best experience. Alright, I'm going to reboot into DOS in a minute and see if I can play it through DOS. I'm not particularly bothered about the audio because, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get that sorted. Alright, let's come out of that because that's not brilliant. Okay, let's do Screamer because that is a DOS game. I know I keep saying it, but I know it is a DOS game. Let's do Merlin as well, because this is such a small game. Let's just quickly try it. Yeah, my dad liked to fly around rather than try and land the actual helicopter. So there's the ship. Basically, you have a little crosshair, you're supposed to line the crosshair up. D for this end, W, yeah. Yeah, different views. Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't know you could do that. I don't know how you descend. Let's press all the keys. Okay, that seems to slow down. I don't know what that is. Yep, I don't know how to to descend. I perhaps should have read the instructions that were on screen when it started. Okay, well that's kind of, yeah. We will try these in DOS. That doesn't tell me. Okay, it won't read the Screamer CD. Well, that's disappointing. Not doing very well today, are we? Okay. Now, your mileage may vary. It might just be an incompatibility between my optical drive and the thin client itself. So if you had a different one, it might work better. I'm not sure. I'm going to try Sonic and Knuckles. Let's see what happens, and then we will reboot into DOS mode, and we will try whatever it was that I installed. I've forgotten already. Big Red Racing. It's not looking very promising for this little machine. I was kind of hoping, because it's quiet and silent, that it might be a good machine to play these old titles on, but clearly not. Yeah, we've got the performance issue. It's playing far too quickly. There is a speed fix for this, but I haven't got it to hand. Yes. What's jump? Oh. Space, Alt, Control, no. Alright, well, I can't. I don't know how to jump. Oh, I've died. Yeah. Okay, well that's a bit better than. It's not running terribly quickly though. Yeah, it's still far faster than it should be. But anyway, all right. Let's come out of that. Let's reboot into DOS mode. Oh dear. Yeah, it's not a happy system, is it? Yeah, we're gonna have to turn it off. It's locked up completely. Yeah, it's not loaded any sound drivers. What was the folder that it installed in? Was it racing? Oops. I think so. No, it's not WinRace. It's not freezing, which is interesting. Ooh. No, this is playing a lot better. It's a little bit slow. Oops. Yeah, this game, the graphics on it aren't great, and it does tend to shimmer and look a bit odd. So, to me, it actually doesn't look too bad. The controls aren't that responsive, which is why I'm crashing all over the place at the moment. Okay, well at least it's not freezing, so that might be a little bit better for other DOS games, but unfortunately I can't test any because it... Oh, we can do Merlin Challenge. Yeah, let's come out of that one. I'll have to read the instructions of what the controls are. Up and down is A and Q, alright. You have to imagine the noises. It's going to go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey, there we are. Perfect heading. Alright, well, without audio it's a bit boring, and graphically that's not very intensive, so well, I can't really recommend buying one of these. It doesn't seem to work particularly well. I might try putting another operating system on it, but for the moment this is the HP T5530. It's useless, don't buy it even if it is cheap. Thanks for watching, hope to see you in the next one.